Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Kamaru Usman claims eye pokes altered the outcome of Max Holloway's KO win at UFC 300. Lastly, Michael Chandler reveals prediction for UFC 303 fight against Conor McGregor. Former UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman feels Max Holloway's 2 accidental eye pokes against Justin Gaethje at UFC 300 should be getting more post-fight discussion. Holloway defeated Gaethje by knockout with 1 second left in their instant classic at UFC 300. He captured the BMF title and earned his first UFC lightweight victory against one of the top stars in the division. Holloway's knockout continues to be one of the most trending topics on the internet in the days after the fight. Gaethje, who earned the BMF title at UFC 291, is a top teammate of Usman's in Colorado. While Holloway versus Gaethje lived up to the immense hype, it didn't play out without some controversy. The fight was paused twice after Holloway poked both of Gaethje's eyes during matchups exchanges. During a recent episode of the Pound for Pound podcast, Usman explained how 2 accidental eye pokes by Holloway might have impacted the fight. Here is what he said: "We can't shy away from the fact that this man took the kick to the nose. And on top of that, we have to see the 2 eye pokes. I mean, they were clear-cut legit eye pokes. And it wasn't that Max was doing it maliciously or on purpose. They happened. These are the type of things that can alter the outcome of a fight." The eye pocus by Holloway happened just hours after the UFC announced new gloves for fighters. The roster will be able to use the gloves as the year plays out. Gaethje appeared gracious in defeat in the aftermath of UFC 300 and didn't make any excuses for his performance. The loss snapped a 2-fight winning streak, including a head kick knockout of Dustin Poirier last July. Holloway doesn't have a significant history of eye pokes during his UFC tenure, but they've become a hot-button topic in recent years. Usman's stance could be motivated by his strong bond as teammates with Gaethje, although it's clear that he feels that Holloway still deserves credit for his performance. Michael Chandler believes that he will finish Conor McGregor in the second round at UFC 303 later this year. Over the weekend, the long-awaited bout between Chandler and McGregor was finally announced. Dana White made the news official in the UFC 300 post-fight press conference, stating that Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler is set for June 29th. For the latter, the fight is one nearly 2 years in the making. The former Bellator lightweight champion called for the fight after a victory over Tony Ferguson in May 2022. While Michael Chandler was later submitted by Dustin later in the year, he got the nod to coach against Conor McGregor on The Ultimate Fighter last year. The two were then expected to fight in late 2023. However, after many delays, the fight is now set for UFC 303 in June. Speaking on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, Michael Chandler previewed his return against Conor McGregor. There, the normally stoic lightweight started to open up on McGregor, stating that he plans to retire the Irishman later this year. Michael Chandler also predicted that he would knock out Conor McGregor in their welterweight contest. The wrestler added that he would love to slam the Irishman, but he also plans to keep it on the feet early. Chandler believes that by the second round, McGregor will be wishing that he picked a different comeback opponent. Here's what he said: "I like the idea of picking Conor up and putting him down. I also like the idea of making good on my promise of knocking him out in the second round with my hands. I think from the first exchange, Conor will second guess himself. Also, I think I'll take the center of the octagon and I think I'll start sucking the oxygen out of the octagon. Then I'll finish him in the second round, whether that's on the ground or on the feet, but I'd like to keep it on the feet." Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.